You may not know the secret views of the LA River located just off the beaten path. Gil Reyes goes on an exclusive river walking tour for a different experience from LA's east side.
Here's a glimpse of the hidden wilderness just a stone's throw from downtown. This is the somewhat obscure northeast side of the LA River, the Glassell Park side. To get there, we'll need our tour guide, Anthea Raymond, and her 2 LA River corgis.
We're at the Bowtie parcel. It's a parcel of land owned by the California State Parks, and it was once part of the trains infrastructure that was all here, but now it's a place where we have campfires, where we have art projects.
We also have our trusty corgis, Kasha and Chase, leading the way to a secluded, narrow opening just below the Bowtie parcel. Though there's a lot of concrete along the banks for flood control, there are also surprisingly scenic views. Here, we catch our first glimpse of the river and walk further down.
We're in the Glendale Narrows, left bank, Glassell Park side. In the summer, you'd look out and see kayaks. This is part of the kayaking section of the river. It's also the part of the river where underneath is cobblestones rather than concrete. So you get tons of natural stuff here, like trees, wildlife, birds, sometimes the coyotes and other animals as well, like these guys too, down here in the riverbed. You know, it's a special place. It's a cooler place. It's much more temperate than you'd find even just up the concrete banks here.
Sitting here along the banks, we can also see the other, more visited side of the river, the Frogtown side, also known as the Elysian Valley. Its popular bike path lures most of the river's visitors.
We're of course looking across the river at the bike path right now, but the bike path has been a great way to introduce people to the LA River. People kind of come through here and get their first taste of the river and what it's like sometimes. And you mentioned the Spoke Bicycle Cafe that's now able to be supported by all the traffic along the bike path. People biking in and enjoying some of the parks as well.
From our side, we can also see the train pass by and how it contrasts with the views of the 2 freeway, the river, and all the vegetation surrounding it. You can also imagine the possibilities as the city plans to remove much of the concrete to provide more recreational activities along 11 miles.
It's just a fabulous mixture that makes this section of river in particular just so dynamic and unique.
And we are in the city of Los Angeles, even though sometimes you lose yourself in the nature and think you may be somewhere else.
Well, you can't help but be reminded occasionally here, and it's fun to sort of meditate on that balance, you know, nature and not so nature.
So that's the short version of Anthea's 2-hour walking tour. All that's left is to thank her and thank the LA River corgis with some treats. And maybe take a photo while I'm here.
As picturesque as these images may be, you can't really appreciate this place until you're actually here. The sights, the sounds, the smells, the total atmosphere of this place, the LA River. Reporting from the less explored Glassell Park side, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
All the proceeds from the walking tour benefit the nonprofit LA River Expeditions. More info can be found on Twitter at #LA River Corgis.